Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream, and one of the only live streams I've ever done without a hat on, guys. Actually, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With a little look at the chart real quick while that intro's going, and I went to say what's going on, guys, and I realized the mic was all the way over here, so I had to swing it over. But yeah, cut it pretty close there. But what is going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in, and we do look like we are having some internet issues. I hope you guys can see and hear me. Hopefully, hopefully you guys can hear and see me. Let me just double check that because it does look frozen. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to throw up the waiting screen, guys. If you can hear me, I'm going to throw that waiting screen up and see if I can fix this.
Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, that whole internet issue kind of worked itself out there, guys. Sorry about that. I know that was, I think we cut out a little bit. I think we are better now. I'm going to continue on if we are, as if it's smooth sailing here. But yeah, if we do get cut out again, guys, I don't know what's going on with the internet today. If I can't get it fixed and it gets completely disconnected and the stream ends, then I will go ahead and do a pre-record and get that uploaded ASAP. But yeah, I think we may have cleared that up really quick. Shout out to Brian from Hit Network. He is here, and I think he may have just fixed it for us. So shout out to Brian if he's out here listening. But guys, welcome back. Thank you all for being here. And I will say this, even if we do have a smooth sailing, which it does look like it did fix itself there, just a heads up, guys. Shout out to Mark S. Thank you so much for asking about how I was feeling. I will say this, I don't necessarily feel sick just yet, but I am exhausted, guys. I think my body might be trying to fight off the sickness. So I think I might only run for an hour. Last night, I tried to go to bed early. It did not go as planned. So I think I might just run for an hour today. But we all kind of know how that winds up working out. Every time I say we're gonna run short, we wind up just saying for the whole time. But I'm really gonna try to run for an hour here because, like I said yesterday, I don't want to wind up canceling a live stream because I pushed myself too hard. So there you go. With that out of the way, guys, welcome back. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We're going to be taking a look at some new levels that we're watching because obviously we did get a big move up, clearly, and now we're just kind of consolidating and ranging, and I do kind of want to talk about the levels that we're looking at right now and kind of how I'm treating them and what I'm looking for to get into some new trades and where I will be looking to add to my current long position that I am still in. Yeah, real quick, guys, before we get started, I do just want to let you guys know CandleMafia crew neck sweatshirts. I do believe we will have them in hoodies as well. Here they are right here. I'll just show you real quick. Ooh, baby, the CandleMafia hoodies and the CandleMafia crew necks. I know at least the crew necks, which is what I'm wearing right now. Try to get that logo in there. Guys, these are officially up on our website. Actually, let me go ahead and pull that link for you guys so I can go ahead and drop that in the chat. There we go. Let me grab that link. Shout out to Morel. All right, here we go. I'm going to drop that in chat. There we go. Hitmerch.com, Frankie Candles. Boom. There we go, guys. If you're interested in getting one of these CandleMafia sweatshirts, we finally have them in stock on the store. You can order them tonight if you wanted to. Also, we're going to be adding the same the dad hats that we have with these candles on them and the CandleMafia across the back. We will be adding those probably tomorrow, and the beanies are going to get added tomorrow. And, guys, we are really working on those other CandleMafia hats with the leather patch. We want to make sure they're good quality. We want to make sure that you guys are getting the ones that I have, the ones that we've been sending out for giveaways. We don't want to sacrifice quality, so we're working on getting those on the site as well, but we are kicking into gear here, starting to get that merch back up on the site, so definitely go check that out. Thanks for toughing it out. Shout out to Brad Guidell. Anytime, bro. I got to show up for the Mafia no matter what, even if it is for a shorter stream, and you never know. We might just go 2 hours. We'll have to see what we what we wind up with here. But yeah, guys, definitely go ahead and check out that link if you guys are interested in any of the Frankie Candles merch. Shout out to JJ Holmes, says, thank you. Your videos and free Discord won my first trade today. Oh, God, man. Shout out to JJ. Let's go. Shout out to JJ Holmes. Yeah, guys, if you're not in that free Discord, guys, get in there. We got a bunch of really good traders in there, and they're always willing to help out the CandleMafia. I'm in there dropping my TA, and like I said, we got a group of really good traders in there willing to help. There's no stupid questions, no dumb questions in that Discord, and if anybody tells you that you're asking dumb questions or being mean to you, you go ahead and let me know. But yeah, guys, get in that free Discord, and don't forget, we also have the premium Discord, but as I always say, if you are a beginner and you're just looking to get your feet wet and you're not ready to drop money, get in the free Discord, guys. There's so much value in there between me and the other amazing traders we have in there. Probably the most valuable free Discord out there. And as you guys know, Tony D has moved all the way from New York to come down to ATL to work with me on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, but he hasn't started yet. He still has to kind of wean off of his other work, so he's not on full-time yet. He is here. We have him tied up. We got him an apartment, but we chained him to the furnace, but he is here. We're letting him finish off his other work, but I think he will probably be starting maybe at the beginning of next month or something like that, and then once that gets going, guys, I will have so much more time to focus on the things I need to be focusing on, right? I'm juggling a lot of stuff right now. I barely have time to breathe or sleep, but once he starts, which should be in a few weeks, hopefully we'll have a lot more time, and you guys will see that face popping up much more in the Discords, but with that being said, shout out to JJ. Congratulations on your wins, bro. Keep killing it, and don't get discouraged. If you lose a few trades in a row, don't get discouraged. Just stick with it and make sure you're using good risk management and stay in that Discord, man. A lot of really good traders in there. If you have any questions, reach out. Let me know. I always try to get back to my DMs as much as I can. Yeah, Tony D just DM'd me. What did he say? Tony, oh God, I wasn't sharing my screen there, Tony, so I don't think they were able to see you guys. How come you guys didn't tell me that Tony's leaving secret messages on the Discord and you guys could see them on screen? I had no idea. He like pops up in the corner and like leaves a little message here, and no one told me it was happening. He just like talks to you guys in secret. It goes right over my head because I'm looking at the charts. But let's see what he say. He said, "Can you at least turn the furnace off? It's like 85 degrees in here." Shout out to Tony T. Shout out to our amazing mods, guys. All of our amazing mods. I appreciate everything you guys do. But yeah, didn't get that one through there. Shout out to Kendrick, says Frankie with the Riz. Let's go. You know, I'm like almost boomer enough to not really know what Riz is. Riz is like kind of like sauce, right? Like you got the Riz. Like you can like sauce up the girls. You can like Riz up the girls. You know what I mean? Like, it's like game. Like what does it mean? It's like swag. I don't know, man. Oh God, I'm 30 now. I'm like, I don't know all the terms. Yikes, baby. We're getting old. But guys, with all that being said, the merch out of the way, the super chats out of the way. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to JJ. And then maybe we'll go for an hour. Maybe we'll go for 2. We'll have to see what happens. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and say what is up to the Candle Mafia. And then we will go ahead and jump right into the charts. I am sharing the wrong screen here. I almost just shared my screen that has all my seed phrases on it. I'm just kidding, guys. But for real, guys, one of the easiest ways to not lose your seed phrase is to just make it your wallpaper on your desktop, especially if you're a streamer like me. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and say what is going on to the Mafia. We got Captain Kirk. The first person I saw. What's up, Cap? Thank you for being here. Shouting out Jiren. Let's go. It's a miracle. I don't know. Probably talking about the internet connection if I had to guess. Shout out to Captain. Again, shout out to all our mods, guys. We got the best mods in the game. And I don't just say that. We really do. They're on another level. They don't just mod chat. They do a lot more for us. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Crypto DGen. Says, what? I want to know. I read that wrong. What I want to know is where are the red dots? That's what I'm talking about. Give me the red dots. Give me the blood diamond. Shout out to Diamond D. Says, no money, no honey. Let's get it. Dave Digital, what is going on, bro? Brad Guidell, Bud Lightyear. We got the OGs in here today. MBF Forum. Speaking of OGs, what is going on, brother? Thank you for being here. Shout out to Holiday. Shout out to JJ Holmes. Again, congratulations on those trades. Shout out to Crypto Shimo. Schmido. I don't know how to say your name. I will always get it wrong, but I feel like that's kind of our thing. That's our yeah, put a little Riz on the name. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably butchering that word. Anyway, shout out to James. Shout out to Drew Z88. Said, my girlfriend said, why do they call him Frankie Candles? She thought I was learning candle making on YouTube. Hey, shout out to Drew. Hey, we might have a little special Friday stream where we make our own candles like we used to do in elementary school on field trips. Was I the only person who was doing that? Anyway, shout out to, let's see, Brett Headley, what is going on? Said, can you put Ada and Gala on the list, please? Rob the Crypto Snob. That's for you, brother. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Kimo Sabi, what is going on? Metabice, what is up? Chemistry Bro. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. We're actually going to be talking about Chemistry Bro for a minute at some point here. We're going to be taking a look at some really cool things popping up on the charts. If you're in the free Discord or the premium Discord, I believe the post went out to both of them. Just some pretty interesting stuff on the charts, really speculative stuff, but really cool. And Chemistry Bro was the person that brought it up, and they were like, hey, Frank, he was like, hey, Frankie, did you see this? And I said, yeah, let me take a look. I popped on, and it's pretty interesting stuff, guys. So we're going to take a look at that as well. And then let's see, Thumbelero, what is going on? A-Train, shout out to A-Train. I love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Diamond D, G-Life in the house. Asher, dude, what is going on, Asher? What is going, Asher, dude? What's going on, Asher, dude? Mr. Redbeard, what is going on? He says, Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Shout out to Tron. And shout out to Darren Does Things. Yeah, shout out to Darren. Darren's been out there showing love on the morning stream. I really do appreciate that, brother. Let's not forget, the bosses are in the room when you talk nice on the big boy stream. And I said big boy because those are the big boys, the boss mans. Not to be confused with Bit Boy. B-I-T, B-I-G. Anyway. With that being said, shout out to Damon, Darren. I do appreciate. Is it Darren that's in those morning streams, or is it Damon? I forget. Shout out to Darren either way. Shout out to Scott, and shout out to Shask Nasty in Yo Fizzy. Let's go. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you all for being here. And guys, without further ado, shout out to Jules if you're in here. Jules is showing love on the morning stream too. Maybe we'll take a look at Kadena later. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into those charts and see what we got going on, because things are getting pretty interesting here. Things are getting pretty interesting. Whoa, what is going on? Why are we crooked in here? Sign. That is gonna bother my OCD. That is we gotta shift that over. Not liking it. Anyway, oh my God, that was like that on the big shot too. What is going on here? I'm fixing this, guys. I made it worse. Oh, no. I broke it, guys. I broke it. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. I got to fix that. I'm sorry. Give me a second, guys. This is going to drive me nuts. Whew. Close enough. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into those charts. We're going to go ahead and hide all our TA here and just go ahead and take a look at zooming out just a little bit here. Obviously, not too much to take away from these higher time frames. Things are generally looking the same. Today, looking to print that red dot pretty soon here. Your daily does have that red dot confirmed. Your 16-hour looking to curl back up with that VWAP. Your 10-hour VWAP also curving back up as we are starting to get some green candles here. Your 8-hour is looking for the green dot. 6-hour now printing somewhat of a trigger wave here, guys. That is somewhat of a trigger wave, and yeah, that would be more bullish in my opinion. You can see your 5-hour did confirm that green dot, but it looks like it may want to roll back over. Your 4-hour green dot is confirmed. Now, you guys will know we were looking for that green dot for this continued move to the upside. 2 hours starting to roll back to the downside. Money flow still generally curving out. Taking a look at those lower time frames, money flow kind of bing-bonging around on the 12-minute. Your 15-minute is also kind of bing-bonging around, but it is in the red. But kind of the idea here, guys, is the 16-hour, I will say this, the 16-hour, the 12-hour, and that 10-hour, looking to print green dots, as well as that 8-hour, would technically look for a move to the upside. You also have your money flow, on your 30-minute starting to cross over into the green. So you guys will know last night I was talking about this green dot, looking to have this green dot give us another move to the upside. Looked like that move to the downside was starting to flatten out here, and we were just kind of waiting to see where that green dot was going to take us, right? So coming down to the lower time frames and turning on our TA here, you guys will know in the premium and in the free Discord, I did put posts in there this morning, or earlier today, I guess I should say, kind of letting you guys know what levels I was watching, and basically, you know, obviously we did get this big move up, and now we're just kind of ranging. And as you guys know, we like to look at the markets in terms of ranges. This is how you're able to trade the smaller time frames and you know, call the tops and the bottoms pretty accurately, right? So we were looking at these at the 4-hour, right, giving us that green dot, looking for a potential move to the upside. Now, the target for that move up was to potentially come back up and retest this value area high. Because I believe when I posted that, we were kind of hanging around the POC here, or maybe we were kind of hanging out over here. We came up, bearishly rejected this local golden pocket, and then we got that 4-hour green dot, looked for the move up to that value area high, and boom. We came up and hit that value area high almost perfectly. And for the 17,467th time, I just want to shout out the volume profiles, guys. We come down to the value area low. right? You come down, you're looking for your bullish confirmations, and then obviously your POC is very close here, so that might not be that much of a tradable move. But, you come down here, you're basically looking for longs at the bottom of the ranges, and you're looking for shorts at the top of the range, right? And you can see right here, we actually came down to our value area low, and not only that, but we did put in a little 15-minute bull div. As you can see right here, have your lower lows on your price and your higher lows on your momentum waves. And that gave us a little bit of a bullish divergence at the value area low. Now, with that being said, once you get that, your first target is going to be that POC. Now, like I said, granted, that POC was less than a 1% away. So, yeah, whether you took profit there or not, would be dependent on how much leverage you were using, how much money you had in your position. But essentially, you would want to go ahead and eventually target that value area high. You could have taken some profit at that local golden pocket, expecting a little bit of a rejection. But eventually, once you flip that POC to support, as you can see right here, boom, you flip it to support. At this point, you are looking to eventually revisit the value area high, as we were talking about in the Discords earlier today. And what happened? We got that run up and came directly into that value area high, where we were looking for some scalp shorts in the premium Discord, and we wound up actually nailing them right here. Nice, beautiful little scalp down to that local golden pocket. Obviously stop loss is going to be dependent on what your risk tolerance will allow, but hit it for a nice 1.13%. Beautiful little scalp trade. Sniped the level too, guys. The CandleMafia sniped that level at value area high, came up, tapped it almost to the dollar, and boom, came straight down. Are we going to continue lower here? And basically, guys, the idea and the reason I was looking at these, the reason I put these in both of the Discords this morning was because, well, I guess right now the question is, are we going to continue lower, or are we going to reverse here and come make some higher highs? Now, if you go ahead and I'm actually going to be learning this alongside you guys right now because I didn't do this yet. But what can we do to try to figure out if we're going to cool off here and continue down, or if we're going to rip back up to that value area high and eventually flip it to come to higher prices? What we can do is we can pull some local golden pockets, and boom, you could see, right? How do I want to word this? We are looking for the same exact thing here that we were looking for right here, right? So we came up, we got a big move down. So we pulled this, go ahead, grab our fib, and pull a local fib. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. That fib was pulled from here. So from this high to that low, you pull that local golden pocket, right? We come down, and now you're expecting to come up and bearishly retest that. But the reason it's all golden pockets, guys, because as you can see, the macro, or not macro, but the local golden pocket of this entire move essentially lines perfectly up with this value area high. So I don't want to confuse anybody, because I think this is a really good teachable moment here. When you pull this fib from this high to this low, you get this local golden pocket right here, and it lines up perfectly with that value area high. The reason that is important, and the reason that we were actually looking for scalp shorts at this level, grab your uncooked spaghetti, grab your uncooked lasagna, dip it in that red sauce, that marinade, and get ready to write down your notes, guys, because this is the sauce. The reason this is so important, and the reason that we were looking for a rejection at this level, was because not only is it your value area high, it is also your local golden pocket. And we were talking about if we could come up and retest this. This is what we were looking for last night. Come up to retest this level. It would be a great place to come in and put a lower high in before coming down to make some lower lows. Now, are we going to get that? Nothing is guaranteed, right? It's not 100% guaranteed that we'll get that, but that is basically what we were looking at. We have a high. We want it to come up and make a lower high, and a lot of times those lower highs come in at local golden pockets, right? So we did come up, and that's why we were looking there. We also had the confluence of that value area high, and then we had some bearish divergences with money flow coming out on the lower time frames, letting us know that we were going to get that rejection. Now, this is basically, I do this a lot, guys. And then, once we got this move down here, where if you are looking for short positions, this is a good way to get in if you miss the original position, right? If you miss that original short, if you weren't looking up here and you weren't alerted to watch here and short this area, and you're watching it come down, a lot of people are FOMOing in here and then they got wrecked, right? But we don't do that. You wait, you even pulled up to this local golden pocket here before coming back down, right? So you come down here, people get panicked, they get wrecked, but you don't get wrecked. The Candle Mafia doesn't get wrecked because we do not short bloody candles. If you miss the position, you sit on your hands. You sit on your hands and wait for price to come back to a key level. You have patience. You wait for price to get, I don't know what's going on in chat right now, but I see you guys. You wait for price to approach your level, right? So you miss this short, you're, okay, sitting on your hands, sitting on your hands, sitting on your hands. Boom, you get the bounce. Okay, maybe I can get, if you still think, right? You still have money flow coming out here, right? Money flow is still coming out. If your thesis, shout out to Thesis himself, if your thesis is that you're going to continue to the downside, this is where you're happy about these green candles. Okay, let me see if I can get in on a retracement, right? Because you would much rather enter a short at resistance rather than support. Clearly, right? So you're watching these green candles come up. Let's go. You know what? Let's just go into bar replay mode, guys, because this is a teachable moment. All right. So here we go, right? So you're watching price come down. Price is coming down. Okay. Boom. We're starting to hit this value area low. Now I know we're at support. Now, you might see the yellow X and be like, oh my God, it's going to dump. Manipulation to the downside. Do not fall for this stuff. We're also on the 5-minute chart here, but this is going to be a good example. Now you're seeing, okay, we might be holding this level as support now. This is good. I'm not going to FOMO in. I'm going to wait and see if we can get a move to the upside. Now, obviously, we know our levels right here. But at this moment, what goes through my head is, where can I expect a retracement to? If I am going to get a move up, where can I expect price to retrace to? Now, what I would do is go to the top of the actual impulsive move and pull a golden pocket or a fib, right? Now, you can pull it from the start of the impulse, or, you know, you could try these wicks up here. Typically, I wouldn't really consider this a scam wick, but, like, if there's any really serious scam wick, I won't pull my fib from that scam wick. I'll find a more legitimate wick to pull it from. But either way, you wind up seeing that you do have a local golden pocket, whether you're pulling it from this high or this high, you do have a local golden pocket right in this level where we have it marked right here, right? And then you can go ahead and pull some volume and notice that you also have your local value area high at that level. Granted, I don't know if it would actually be there because the value area moves as price moves, but you know, you pull, this is what you're doing, right? You're getting the retrace. Where can I expect price to retrace to? You pull your local golden pocket from the start of the move to the low of the move. You know your local golden pocket's there, and you know that likely or a lot of the time, price likes to come back up and revisit those golden pockets before rejecting back to the downside. And then what happens? You sit here and you wait. Oh no, it's dumping again. I'm missing my move. You're sitting on your hands. You missed the short. You missed the ideal entry. You want to take the highest probability trades. You don't want to take iffy trades because you're bored. That's how you get wrecked, right? You want to take confident trades. So you're seeing, oh no, that yellow X is playing out. So you're thinking about FOMOing in. You're losing support. Oh my God, we're losing support. No. And then you're going to short it. And then what happens 2 seconds later? Boom, you get absolutely swallowed up. But if you're smart, like the Candle Mafia is, you're not taking that short until it comes up. You're sitting on your hands until price comes to your trap. Your trap is that local golden pocket. And price may never get to your trap, but that's okay. Some trades get away, and that's totally fine. There will always be another move to the upside or the downside, another trade opportunity. There's tons of them every single day. So you're not worried about missing the move. But now you're watching, okay, boom. And then price comes up and taps that golden pocket or that value area high / local golden pocket almost perfectly, right? And then that's where you're looking for your entries. I'm not going to go spend the time to see if we had the confirmations, but you'd be looking at bearish confirmations at that level, and you get that move to the downside, right? And then, you know, that would be a little bit of a scalp. Just moving forward. There you go. How much of a move was that if you did catch that little scalp from there to there? 2.3%, not a bad move. And then now you are at that local value area low again. So you're looking for potential moves to the upside. Now that you're holding, you got one bounce. Looks like you're getting another bounce here. Not only that, you could, not a clear bullish divergence here, but you are holding support on that value area low. And I think on the 15-minute, that's where you got that bull div. Yeah, there you go. Lower lows, higher lows. Boom. That's where you could look for a long position. At this point, you would want to be looking at that bull div. Let's say you got in on the confirmation of that bull div. We'll say, you know, got in on this candle, say. Stop loss wherever. Now you're targeting that value area high for a potential, you know, about 2% move. And then you are watching it. Oh, baby, almost got wicked out. And, I mean, obviously, guys, we know where the price goes, but I'll just play it through. There you go. Boom. And you would have caught that move directly up to that value area high, getting in perfectly taking your profit almost perfectly. As you guys know, I recommend taking profit just before the level. Granted, on this one, we actually did peek into that level with that wick just a little bit. Would have been perfect. But I do recommend maybe taking profit just before that actual resistance level in case price front runs the resistance. But I just wanted to take that minute to show you guys how you trade these ranges. The volume profiles are endlessly valuable. But then we were waiting. Again, you can also look at this. If you come up to a higher time frame, go back to the Heikinashis. We got that move down, right? Big move down. You missed that short, and you can wait for, obviously we did get that wick back up before coming back down. However, now you're looking for a potential retest of this level for more shorts. And this might be if we do wind up getting if we're going to wind up getting a bigger move to the downside, potentially to go fill that CME gap at about 20, between about 20K and 19.5. This would be a beautiful way, right? You come up, boom, 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 bearish signals, bang, you come down, and now you come up to make a lower high before coming down again. And it's all local golden pockets with confluence of that value area high. So I would like to see some lower prices before, if we are going to continue up, I would like to come down before we get another move up. However, no guarantees that we're going to get that. However, we do have the money flow coming out. So until we start getting this money flow coming back in, we could expect to potentially either just kind of range. I will be treating these levels as just trading the range, right? If we come back down to support, I would be looking for longs down here. Unless we get down here and we're not getting bullish confirmations, that means we might actually lose the level. And if we do lose that level, pulling up that VPVR, you guys will quickly realize that we are getting pretty close to a pretty big low volume gap, right? So you can see once we lose this value area low, for the most part, I would say more likely 20,250. If we lose that level, may start a quick move down to this next high volume node, which is ironically, or I should say coincidentally, right near that $19,500 CME gap, right? And if you guys are not familiar with CME gaps, I did make a pre-recorded video about it that went up yesterday. I explained what CME gaps are, how you can use them in your trading plan, and we really break down like what they are. I think a lot of people don't understand what they actually are, but definitely go check out that video if you have not already. But when I say CME gap, basically for anyone who just doesn't know at all what it is, they're basically just, I'm not going to explain it, but essentially what you need to know is if you have a gap at 19,500, a lot of times there's a high percentage chance that price will come down and go revisit that level before, even if we are going to continue back up, price likes to go back down and touch those levels before continuing on to different prices, right? So that's the idea. I think the statistic is like 70% of CME gaps are filled within a week, and then I think it's like 95% of CME gaps get filled just in general, whether it's a week later or a month later or a year later. So pretty high hit rate on these. Now, you don't want to use these to trade alone, but if you're finding really bearish confirmations and you think you're going to come down anyway and you have a CME gap at lower prices, you might take that into consideration, like, oh, hey, we have a CME gap down there. So, if you're already looking at the level and then you see there's a CME gap there as well, it might just give you extra confluence that you're probably going to come down to that level. So, and here, your confluence is not only that we had bearish divergence here on the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the medium hourly time frames. You have the daily red dot. We didn't break into the low volume gap to come down to visit that CME gap. But if you did see those bearish confirmations and you see that you have a low volume gap right below you, you could see that your next peak in volume comes in pretty close to that 19.5 level, pretty close to that CME gap. And if we just zoom out a little bit more to get those levels a little better, you can see that this high volume node right here almost lines up perfectly with that CME gap, right? So, even if we do wind up losing this level and falling through the low volume gap, we would likely find support not only on this high volume node, but it would also, you have that confluence of the CME gap being right there at that exact level. So, if we do get a move down, this is kind of what I would look for, a break of that value area low, which is coming in at about which is coming in at about $20,635. If we lose that, I'd look for a decently quick move down. Once we break 20,250, I'd expect a pretty quick move down, near that CME gap between about 20 and 1950. Or 19,520K. And then obviously you do have that confluence of that very, very high volume node to give you some support. So this high volume node would be a very, very important level to hold, because once you start losing that level, I would call it about 18,740. Once you start losing that level, that's where things really start to look bearish, right? So if we come down here, I'm not really like that pissed off, or, I'm not like worried that we're going to get, I'm not worried that it's gonna crash down to zero. I'm just, feeling pretty healthy about that. That would be a great place to get a little bit of a bounce. I will be looking to potentially add to my long position if we do come down there. But if we come down there, we don't get any bullish confirmations, and we come lower, break down, to play around real close to this high volume node. And once we lose that $18,740 level, there's another big gap, and that gap could potentially bring you down here to about 16.8, which at that point, you would be coming down to, retest the levels from our previous range that we traded in right about here. And yeah, it's the point of control. This high volume node is the point of control of this previous range. But I would really, 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 really be feeling not too great once we break into this low volume gap. Because if we fall down here, it's going to be, if we don't bounce at like these levels here, that is likely that, this was just a little scam pump and we are going to come down lower in the bear market. But again, if we hold these levels up here, I would say even if we came to retest these highs right here, or, come retest the neckline of this double bottom W formation, if we come down to any of these levels, I would feel pretty good. It's not till we start, really losing these highs here, which are coming in at about $18,112. Once we lose those highs, we're basically breaking back into this previous range, which would be very bearish in my opinion. So those are basically the levels I'm looking at, guys, along with the volume and kind of why certain levels I am looking at a little bit closer than others. But that's basically how I'm feeling. Other than that, money flow still coming out on the 90-minute. Money flow still coming out on the 2-hour. Money flow on the 4-hour is starting to pick back up a little bit. You could see that with that green dot. We are getting money flow to swoop back up here. But looking at these lower time frames, you can see, yeah, your 2-hour is starting to roll back over. So I would keep an eye on the 2-hour, the 1-hour money flow to try to figure out which way things are going to go. But again, a further cool off wouldn't be unlikely here, just with the way the money flow is looking. And then, maybe we get one more cool off here if this 4-hour green dot, really what I'm waiting for is to see where this 4-hour green dot takes us. If this 4-hour green dot breaks us above this value area high, things could get interesting, because now that we talked about if we're going to cool off the levels to the downside, if we start getting on top of this high volume node here, this is where things get very, very interesting, because if we do wind up breaking in to breaking above this value area high right here, boom, and we start hanging out up here and we flip this to support, this is where you could start revisiting that $23,000 level and maybe even potentially retest these highs over here. Retest these highs over here that we made at about 25K. And again, just looking at the volume, massive gap essentially between this high volume node and this medium volume node. Pretty much a giant gap here. So once we hold that value area high, we could get a pretty big move up. Essentially, if we could break these highs at 25K, that is what could bring us into that 28 to 30K range that a lot of people are talking about. Now, something that is very interesting about that 28 to 30K range, guys, is if we turn on our, where did our CME, okay, there we go. We still have the CME gap indicator on, but you can see here, guys, we have another CME gap here between about 28 and 29K right here. Now, if we pull up the actual, get that plot out of here. If we pull up the actual Bitcoin CME chart, boom, pull this up here, you could see on the regular candles, you could see, right, there's the gap we're looking at here between about, between about 20 and 19.5. Right there, that wick comes up to 20, and then the body closes at about, I guess about 20K, I should call this. But you could see here, if you zoom out, you could see here that we have another CME gap. Come on. Another CME gap right about here. roughly between 29 and 27.5K. So there you go. We may go up to try to fill this gap. So not only would it make sense due to the volume gaps, but it would also make sense because we have that CME gap. So, come on, there we go. So, again, if we break up through here, obviously going to get caught up at these previous highs we made, but once you crack those highs at about 25K, boom, you could shoot up to fill that CME gap, which is going to come in at this last level of consolidation. So those are kind of the levels I am looking at to the upside, guys. Let me pull back up our regular chart here. Those are the levels I am watching, along with the volume and along with the CME gaps. But again, I would like to see if that 4-hour green dot is going to get us above that value area high, or if we're going to get rejected. I am leaning more on the fence of getting rejected with the way that the 2-hour looks like it wants to roll over. And then again, that 1 hour is printing that red dot. But look at that VWAP flip, baby. That looks like it wants to flip. So basically, that's what I would watch, guys. I would be watching this value area high if that 4-hour green dot, can break us above this level. That's where, maybe this was all we were going to get for a cool off. But again, I would lean and hope for a continued move down to potentially fill that CME gap. But just because there's a CME gap there does not guarantee that we're coming down there. We could wind up, never revisiting that CME gap until the next bear market, technically. It could be years before you go fill CME gap. But again, the percentage of it getting filled that same week is pretty dang high. So that is how I'm feeling about Bitcoin, guys. Those are the levels that I'm watching and kind of my plan. Again, when we're ranging, that is basically what we're doing. You get the big moves, right? And again, the reason why the value areas and the volume profiles are so useful is because, let's just take this for example. You have your range down here, right? We'll just pull it from here, right? You have your range down here, and you're trading the lows. You're longing the lows, and you're shorting the highs, and you're longing the lows and shorting the highs, as we typically do. And then, obviously, you're not going to range here forever. But you guys will remember, this was during the holidays. We came down, and we put in a bullish divergence here at that key level right here at about $16,328. And this was where we were looking for longs. Now, really, all we're doing is looking to long this up to the value area high, right? So you were probably, if you wanted to long this, you're really only expecting this to, ride you up to that value area high, which it did, right? But with that being said, if you take your profits, right? This is why I recommend taking partial profit. If you take your partial profit and you see that you start to break that value area high, right? That is where your little trade to the top of the range, you're looking for shorts at the top of the range. But if you were up here, you'd be like, well, hey, we're not really getting any bearish signals here. It kind of looks like it wants to push through. And that is where your long from the value area low to the value area high could wind up turning into a pretty savage trade, right? That is getting you into a 32% trade, and that's without leverage, right? If you had leverage on this would have been like over 1,000%, even if you're using like 5x. Maybe not 5x, but that's just, you're just shorting the highs to the lows, looking for longs, longing them back to the highs, shorting it back to the lows, longing it back to the highs, and then sometimes you get that breakout to change value areas, and that's where you get that grand slam, right? So the same thing applies up here. The same thing applies right here. You have a range, right? And you're shorting the lows, you're shorting the highs, and you're longing the lows. You longed down here, and you're riding it up. If you wind up breaking that value area high and we start mooning towards 30K, you're in a position. But you are already taking profit and moving your stop losses when you get here. So if you come back down to the bottom of the range, you already took profit. And if you get stopped out, you're getting stopped out in profit, right? And you just rinse and repeat. And then if you're looking for shorts up here and you're in a short and Bitcoin decides to come back down to the bottom of the range and you get no bullish signals here and we lose this level and we wind up actually coming down to that 20K to 19.5K range, you're in that short from the top of the range. And now your little range trade has turned into a decent, somewhat of a swing trade, right? And then that's where you turned a triple into a grand slam, right? So that's kind of how I approach these markets, guys. That's kind of how I look at these ranges. It's how I trade these ranges, how I look at the ranges. And I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of insight into kind of what goes through my mind as I'm looking at this stuff, right? So again, you came down to the bottom of the range. You got this little 15-minute bull div, right? So that would have got you in at this low. And now if we rip out of here, you're going to hit a grand slam. But if you are not going to rip out of here, you would have already taken profits here, right? So that's just kind of how I deal with this stuff, guys. Let's go ahead. It's the Mafia that builds community. Shout out to Thumbalero. Guys, we do have the #1 community. I really do believe that. Let's see. Good job, Frankie. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to Graziano. Or should I say Graziano? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Bobby says you can't triple trade a double trade. But what about a quadruple trade? Can you triple double trade a quadruple trade? I don't know. Somebody call the police. Somebody call the FBI. Shout out to G-Man says this hit is for all the mods and Frankie. Peace 305. Shout out to G-Man. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday was a perfect bear trap caused by FUD for an exchange no one's heard of. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, that news was basically nothing. Shout out to Lost Prophet said, you've taught me so much, Frankie. No joke. Shout out to Lost Prophet. I appreciate that, bro. I'm glad to be able to help. I am here to help you guys. I am here to help guide you and turn you into profitable traders and teach good TA, right? Without like gatekeeping everything. You know what I mean? Let's see. Cryptopian1 says, buy now. Buy. Let's see. But yeah. So that's basically what I'm looking at, guys. Are we going to crack? I'm going to wait to see if that 4-hour can get us back above that value area high, in which case, if we turn it into support, I would flip more bullish. But until then, until we can get if we cannot get above this value area high, I'm expecting to come back down to the POC and that value area low, and potentially, if we lose that, come down to lower prices. So let's go ahead and move on here. Take a look at that DXY. As you guys know, that daily DXY was starting to put in a bullish divergence. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. You can see right here, a little bing, a little bong. You got your higher lows on your oscillator with your lower lows on price action, which obviously, your lower lows have been coming in for quite a while. And then this is where we're looking for a slight bounce here. If we get that bounce, it could bring Bitcoin to the downside. However, zooming in on this a little bit, you can see that that looks like it could give you a VWAP flop, but it is too early to tell, guys. Shout out to Wolfman 8 My Coin said, raise your hand if you didn't smash that like button so we can shame you. Shame. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Wolfman 8 My Coins. He said smash that like button, not me. And don't forget, guys, even if we do end early, we're still going to be spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure. So every 100 likes we get will be a spin on that wheel where we are giving away a whole bunch of stuff. We're giving away crypto. We're giving away, I think we're giving away merch, maybe. And we're also giving away some of Ben's new book, Catching Up to Crypto. Also, Matt Richardson brought up the Death Cross. We also do have that Death Cross on the DXY, which would be bullish for Bitcoin, guys. I will say this, in general, on a technical level, there's a lot of signs pointing towards the bottom potentially being in, right? So we have the Death Cross on that DXY, which not always correlated with the bottom of the market, but every bottom of the market did have a Death Cross on the DXY. However, not every Death Cross was the bottom of the bear market. So important to realize there. However, almost every single Death Cross on the DXY has at least ended in a big move up for Bitcoin, and we got a big move up for Bitcoin, right? So we could continue coming up a little bit if we wind up seeing that bull div not play out, and it does indeed flop over. But it's too early to tell that on the daily. But if we come down to those lower time frames, you can see that 16-hour VWAP starting to cool off. Your 10-hour VWAP starting to print that red dot with the addition of that yellow X. But remember, guys, we do have key support here at about 101.325. So if we come down and tap that level, that's where you may get the bounce. So just be very careful. But this is what we look at, guys. You can look at the DXY to kind of indicate if you're getting bearish signals on Bitcoin and you're setting up for a daily bull div on the DXY, that's confluence that Bitcoin might take a little bit of a dump here. And it could really, really, really help you out with your trades. And boom, there you go. But anyway, yeah, speaking of trading, guys, if you want to sign up to trade, you guys can check out BitGet, but they won't give you a hat, I don't think. You might be able to buy one, though. But yeah, if you guys want to sign up and trade long or short, if you're in the Discords and you're looking, everyone's taking these positions, obviously everyone's got a preference, but definitely check out BitGet if you guys want to sign up. Link in the description down below. I believe we do have a deal So you should be able to save a little bit of money if you use that link. If not, you could just go to bitcat.com and sign up there. You don't have to use our link, but it does help support the channel. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, or Ethereum as your grandmother might call it. I said it backwards, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium as your grandmother might call it, or ETH as your strange cousin might call it. I'm just kidding. I do know someone who calls it ETH, but they're not my cousin. They should be, though. They're very, very close friend. Anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just rambling. Anyway, looking at Ethereum, let's go ahead and I'm actually going to clear some of this TA. We're going to clear basically everything except for the, whoops, market cipher A can stay. Bing, bong. We're going to keep the spider lines. Going to keep those spider lines. Obviously, the spider lines are legendary. Bada boom, beautiful resistance, beautiful support, beautiful resistance, beautiful support. Hey, beautiful support. Look at that, beautiful support. Oh, I guess beautiful support down here. If you guys want to learn how to draw these spider lines on Ethereum, I do have a video on my YouTube channel, completely free, obviously. I know a lot of people want spider lines on ETH. I got a lot of requests about it. We have them on Bitcoin, and everyone's saying, hey, put them on ETH. How do you put them on ETH? And we figured it out. And the video is on the YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out and get these on your chart. Very, very reliable levels of support and resistance. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on. Now, obviously, at a very similar level of resistance here, you know, pre-FTX collapse, now testing those levels once again. But the interesting thing here, guys, is let's go ahead and pull some volume. We're going to pull some volume. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to pull it on a funky range here. I'm going to pull it from these highs all the way to this, right? Boom. Now you could see your value area out of this range of candles is obviously down here, as price has wiggled around in this area more than it did over here and over here. That is what makes our value area down here. This is where price wanted to trade, and so we are big time outside of that value area. However, taking a look, let's go ahead. I think I already had an Ethereum chart up with TA on it, but I do just want to go ahead and come to the lower time frames, and we will pull some volume on this range as well. Boom. Right? So very, very similar story here with Ethereum, very similar to what we were looking at on Bitcoin. And, you know, these are your levels basically, right, of this range at least. You got your POC, you have your value area high, you have your value area low. Let me just go ahead and label these: value area low, POC, and your value area high, right? So now we got them labeled, and basically the same thing here, guys. This is your range, right? You have your range lows, range lows, range lows, range lows, your POC, and then you have your range high, 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 right? So obviously, you deviate out of that value area just a little bit before coming right back down. But you could see, right, very similar to Bitcoin. We came up to that value area high, came down to the value area low. I can almost promise you that we had a 15-minute bull div here as well. Look at that. Bing, bong. Lower lows, higher lows. That's what's at your key level of support. That's what started your move to the upside. And again, your trade here, if you were looking to trade this, your goal would be to trade this, and your first take profit would be at that POC. And you could see we came up and tapped that to the dollar before coming back down to most likely retest a local golden pocket, right? Just like we were pulling those local golden pockets like this for retracements, you can see that you can also do it from the downside. I don't know if this is going to work out, but you know, if you were got a trade up here, right, and you took your profits right up here, you could pull a local golden pocket from this low to that high. And then that local golden pocket is going to be the area that you would look for price to cool off to, right? And you could see more often than not, it will hold support on that local golden pocket or that 786. So you can see, you ride up your trade, boom, you're in a long position down here. You take your profit up here, and now you might take partial profit. And if you did take partial profit and you were looking to see if you were going to hold support, that golden pocket would be where you'd be looking for some support. And boom, you tap that local golden pocket perfectly before continuing up to your next target, which would have been that value area high. And what happened to the value area high? You came right back down. You can't make it up, guys. You can't make it up. So that is again, very, very similar to Bitcoin, looking almost the same. This is why I don't always show ETH, even though it's one of the most requested things I get. Show ETH, Frankie Candle, show ETH. But a lot of times it looks very, very similar to Bitcoin, so sometimes it's a waste of time. But looks like we are starting to flip that POC to support. So, however, until we get above that value area high, I would look to range between the value area high and the POC. If we lose that POC, I'm looking back down to the value area low. And then again, kind of sounds redundant, but when it's the same, it's the same. Once you lose that value area low, similar to Bitcoin, let's see if you come down here and you lose that value area low, boom, you lose that level, you will break into this low volume gap. And that low volume gap could give you a quick move down to here, which comes in at about 1450. 1450 has been a very important level for a long time. You could see interactions on that. Interactions right here as well. I didn't want to spend too much time zooming in on it, but obviously you could see we interacted with this level a bunch right here, right? Then we came up, flipped this level to support, 1450. Again, very important support resistance flip, right? And then on the way down, boom, that 1450 acted as beautiful support. Boom, came back up. Then we finally lost it, came down here, and now we are back above that level, and that is likely going to act as a very strong level of support again. And again, you do have that volume gap. So if we lose that value area low, could be a quick move down to that 1450 level. If you lose that 1450 level, next level I would be looking at is this spider line coming in at about 1412. And then basically, guys, I would be looking at another key level I would be watching would be this level right here at about 1340. Let me go ahead and move this level. Would be this level at about 1340. Come on, baby. Come on. A 1335, we'll call it. But this would be a very important level because if we lose this spider line, we could be headed back down to this 1335 level. And the reason this level is going to be very important is because you could see that would be coming back to test the range highs of that previous range we were trading in right here, which is technically the breakout zone, right? That's basically where we got that big move to the upside, right? So it's very common or somewhat common that you do come back to the scene of the crime, right? They say the scene of the crime, but basically just the area of breakout. So this would be, if we can get that move down, I would consider that a healthy correction, right? How much of a percent down would that be? That would be a 16% move to the downside. Yeah, that would be a pretty that would be a decent pullback before a continued move to the upside potentially. Because yeah, you could see we have our on the higher time frames, you come up to the daily, you can see your low is your lows are all the way down here. So if you come up here, that would be a nice little higher low before continuing higher. But again, looking very, very similar to Bitcoin. But now you guys have the key levels that I am watching and kind of what I'm expecting if we lose certain levels. That value area low could result in a very quick move down to that 1550 level. And then let me pull up that VPVR one more time. Bada boom. Yeah, there you go. Right. So we lose that value area low. I'm sorry, that 1450 is probably going to be that next big level. And again, these spider lines are something else to be looking at. All right, let's see. Pedro, shout out to Pedro. He says, Frankie, can you do TA on VRA? TA on VRA. Yeah, we could try to look at VRA. No problem, bro. I appreciate that super chat. Let's see. Let's check on chat real quick. Let's check on chat. We got 867 people in here, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. Let's go for 550 likes on the stream. If we get it, I will spin that wheel 10 times, and we are going to end a little bit early today. So smash them quick. Smash them quick. Get those spins in. All right, let's check on chat. What do we got? When is the new merch coming, Jessica? The CandleMafia crew neck. This shirt right here. Boom. Crew neck sweatshirt. These are, and then you got the Haikanashi purple and blue candles with the CandleMafia logo. That is live on our site right now. I dropped that link. If maybe the mods if they can find that link, I can drop the link again. Let me go ahead and do it. Boom. You can go ahead and check that, hitmerch.com. We added this. We will be adding the dad hats with this logo. with the candles on it and the CandleMafia on the back. Those will be uploaded hopefully tomorrow. Those will be up on the site. And the beanies will also be on the site tomorrow. And we got a lot more merch coming, guys. We are revamping everything, and the ball is starting to get rolling. Super, super, super excited about this. So, yeah, if you're interested in checking that out, you definitely go to hitmerch.com. I'm smashing thumbs up and AVAX long. Let's go. Shout out to Carrie Stressel. Perfect. Thank you. No problem. Shout out to you, Jessica. Hit Network Gaming in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Joel from Hit Network Gaming, guys. He says, "Cuff, I want a shirt." Shout out to Joel. We'll have to hook you up, bro. Yeah, and guys, don't forget, tomorrow I will be going live with Joel from Hit Network Gaming. We're gonna play a little bit of Fall Guys, and Joel, I mean, it's your stream. You're the boss. I would like to play some Halo if you're down as well, because I'm going to get wrecked in Fall Guys. I'll have a better chance not looking like a complete noob in Halo, so maybe we could get wrecked in Fall Guys and then play a couple games of Halo as well. But again, you go ahead and pick that, brother. You're the boss. But, yeah, if you guys want to watch me get wrecked on Fall Guys and potentially even get wrecked on Halo if we wind up playing it, don't forget we will be going live tomorrow, I believe, at 9 p.m. on the Hit Network Gaming channel. Going to be super, super fun. And, hey, maybe if I get wrecked or win, maybe we'll do some giveaways. You know, if I win this one, guys, I'm giving away a Toyota Corolla. I'm just kidding. But anyway, shout out to Joel. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Let's see. New Halo is so bad. Yeah, I mean, listen, Halo 2 is the last like OG Halo for me. But hey, you gotta take what you can get. Mr. Redbeard wants to see Apex. Oh baby, maybe we'll play Apex. Need trucker hats. We do have trucker hats. I don't know what qualifies a trucker hat as a trucker hat, but we do have trucker hats. I don't have one here. But we do have trucker hats, I promise. He says, "Ayo, 9 p.m. tomorrow. Bing bong." Shout out to Joel from Hit Network Gaming. Let's get it. Company absolute. Crimson Caravan Company's absolute garbage. I hate it so much. Halo 5 was the best. Yeah, oh God, we got Halo drama. Let's go. Yeah, let us know in the chat, guys. What's your favorite Halo? What's your favorite video game? Let me know. Halo 3 was the best. Yeah, they were basically all good. Let's see. How about that macro look and comparison to the end of 2018 bear market? Yes, chemistry, bro. Let's go ahead and do that. Guys, if you want to see any altcoins, go ahead and throw them in. I know we're taking a look at VRA, and there were 2 more that I think Rob might have on the list already that we will be taking a look at, but I do just want to bring up something that is very, 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 very cool. Now, this was brought up in the Discord, and I believe they posted it in the free Discord as well, and that is it's a fractal, guys. Now, this is very, very interesting. Now, let me go ahead and just hide all of this really, really, really quick. Let's go here and then boom. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Now, again, this is very speculative, guys. This is not you can't just pull these fractals and like expect it to play out the same. I want to be very clear about that, but this is very cool, just and interesting on how all this works out. And this is like one of the things that really makes me like, this is what drives my passion for TA. It's just cool stuff like this. I'm gonna run through this pretty quickly, and then we're gonna get into the altcoins TA. But taking a look here, if you go ahead and grab your bars pattern here, and you pull a fractal from the bottom of the bear market of 2018 all the way to the bottom of the March 2020 dump. I think we all know what was going on there. But once you go ahead and grab that fractal, right, and you overlay it, if you overlay this on the bottom of, if we are bottomed out, right, this is obviously assuming that we are bottomed out, right, and you just go ahead and overlay that with the bottom here, right? This is very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting because, right, let's just say it plays out like this. Now, again, I'm not saying it is going to play out. This is very speculative. Now, the thing that's interesting is where this comes up to, right? Now, if we go ahead and pull a golden pocket all the way from our all-time high all the way to the bottom of our bear market, you can see that this would be a full golden pocket retracement all the way from the bottom of the bear market, and it comes up and respects this golden pocket perfectly, right? Very, very interesting. Now, not only that, I believe if we pull some volume on our, basically the top of this, the top of our bull market, essentially, where we kind of just ranged up here. That's all this was basically a range, right? You have your value area high, came out of the value area, back down to the value area low. You could have been looking for longs down here, right? You probably got a bullish divergence or something like that, right? And then you came back up to the POC, rejected, back up to the value area high, came out, got overvalued, came right back into the value area, right? But look at how this lines up, guys. Golden pocket, perfect tap on the golden pocket, right? It's also the value area high / golden pocket / POC. And if you go ahead and just go over that POC, you can see that little second retracement tested that POC, right? Now, this, again, very, very speculative, but it's just super interesting how these levels all line up, right? So you have the golden pocket, you got the POC and the value area high of this previous range, being very, very strong with that golden pocket. You come up, come and retest it, come back down. Now, not only that, what was, I forget what else we were looking at. But let's see. If you just grab some, like, let's look at this macro golden pocket from the March 2020 lows all the way to that all-time high, right? This was where we, if you guys remember all the way back in the day, we were looking at this macro golden pocket was a very strong level, right? Because we came down and we sat on this local golden pocket or this macro golden pocket. A lot of people didn't think we would lose this level. And then boom, we finally lost it, came down to that 786. However, if you pull that macro golden pocket, it remains respected by the fractal, right? The fractal comes up, tests that macro golden pocket, comes down, and tests this macro golden pocket pulled from the bottom up, and then this comes down and not only retests the not only does this bring down for a perfect 786 retest, you can't make this up, a perfect 786 retest, but it would also, this is also going to be, if you pull volume, or where was it? I think it's on this. You are actually retesting the, I'm going to move this for a second, but just realize where that 786 is. I'm going to move this so we could see better. Oh, boy. Just move that so we could see a little better. That 786 does get very, very close to retesting. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to pull this all the way back here. The retest, well, let's bring it back now. Boom. That retest, where are those candles? Boom, right here. I think this is it. But that retest comes very, very close to retesting those FTX levels, right? So just really interesting stuff here. Now, there's really nothing to deduce from this. This is more just for those chart nerds out there. You know, it's just really cool how all this stuff lines up. And again, like this is the stuff that I'm always up late at night looking at. Is like these weird long-term fractals. Again, doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. It's very, very speculative, but it's just really cool how it respects all these levels that were all made by this price action. You move this fractal all the way from 2018 and all the levels are respected. Especially that 786 tap is perfect. So super, super interesting. Could we see something like this play out? Now, again, likely, even if we got something like this to play out, it would be much different. It's very unlikely that this is going to wind up being exactly the same, but you could just kind of see. Like, if we are going to get a big bear market rally, it is going to play out almost exactly how I would expect it, right? We would look for price to break up above those FTX levels and hold as support and consolidate up here before getting another break, right? And what happens? You get above that level, start consolidating bullishly before getting another break. Where does price get caught up? Right on the previous area of consolidation, right? And you also get caught up in that range here as well. Like, look at these levels of support and resistance line up perfectly with these levels of support and resistance. So just super, super nerdy stuff, guys. Super cool. They were looking at it in the Discord. I wanted to just bring it up and show it. I thought people might think it's interesting. But yeah, just super chart nerd stuff. Shout out to Chemistry Bro and everybody else who was looking at that. Let's go. All right, let's see. Primo, Frankie, let's get it. Shout out to Servando Estrada. Let's go, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Tanner Time says, then we fall off a cliff. Well, this was the March 2020 dump, so this was a black swan. So, not guaranteed to get that second dump down. But yeah, just interesting stuff, guys. Wanted to pull that up. But now let's go ahead and take a look at those altcoins. Let's get it. Let's see. Hey, Frankie, do you think this has anything to do with the market manipulation on gold? Is it a good idea for me to be 100x long? Dragon Modded, shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. Is it a good idea to be 100x long on gold? Question mark. There's a question mark at the end of that. I will say this. Token Metrics is very bullish on Pax Gold, and they have been for a while. And since I noticed that, it has just been going up, right? I think I should pull that up on the stream one day, take a look at that, because they are still, it still has a very, very high trader grade on Token Metrics, and that is a very, very, it's a pretty bullish sign. It's a pretty bullish sign. All right, let's see. Jordan Miller, shout out to you, brother. I think we've 100% predicted the future. Shout out to Matt Richardson. It's eerie. That stuff is eerie. Now, again, not guaranteed to play out, but how crazy would that be? Actually, another thing that Chemistry Bro actually brought up that's, I've taken a look at before, and we've actually brought this up. Shout out to, actually, Chemistry Bro might actually remember this. We brought this up on a lot of our earlier live streams, when we were just starting to come into the bear market, when we were looking for potential retrace areas for price if we got a big bounce. You could see if you pull your fib from the all-time high to the bear market lows of, basically any cycle, you could see, right? 2017, came down to the 2018 bear market. We bottomed out, came back for that golden pocket retrace before getting a big move back down to the downside. If you come over to our next cycle, I believe the same thing happened in this cycle. If I'm not mistaken, I may be. Pull it from the top all the way to the top to the bottom of the bear market, came up, bearishly retested this before coming down again, and then finally continuing through it. So this does typically happen in bear markets. You come down and retest, or come up and retest those macro golden pockets. So just super, super interesting to look at, right? You can take a look at it, probably a little easier to see on the weekly. So there you go. Very interesting. Boom, right? And then that fractal comes up and does the same thing right into that same exact, fib pull. But yeah, there you guys go. Let's go ahead and continue on here. H-bar, let's get it. Okay, H-bar and VRA. H-bar, come over to crypto. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's take a look at that Binance US dollar chart. Okay, looking at H-bar. It's going up. All right, what's next? VRA? Let's take a look. VRA going up too. All right, what's next? I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. All right, taking a look at H-bar. Could you imagine? That'd be funny. All right, H-bar. Wow, H-bar coming up. H-bar coming up. Now, you guys will know. God, we look at so much stuff. It's so hard to, remember everything we talk about. But there were a lot of altcoins that we were looking at, guys, that we were saying be careful because there were a lot of gaps that were not filled by a lot of the altcoins that Bitcoin had already filled. I don't know if H-bar was one of those. It looked like it might have been. Taking a look at that volume. Yeah, like we were looking. Yeah, I think, when was this? Yeah, this must have been. Gala, Frankie. Rob is cheating. Oh, shout out to Rob. Shout out to Crypto Billy. We'll take a look at Gala as well. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Rob, you cheater. Somebody call the cops on this guy. FBI. Anyway, let's take a look here. I think this might have been one of those alts that we were looking at, as we were chilling in this area here, saying, hey, we're only halfway through this gap. I'd be careful of that second push up into these levels to revisit these previous highs. It's impossible for me to remember, but I'm pretty sure we did talk about that. I don't know if it was on H-bar, but a lot of the alts were looking like that. So continuing on here, let's go ahead. Filling that gap. Coming up to a pretty strong level here. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, retesting that local golden pocket. And yeah, I mean, this would be a decent level to look for a rejection. Could get a second push into that 786, guys. So I would be a little bit cautious of that. Taking a look at the indicators here, we do have potential bearish divergence forming on your 10-hour right here. You can see massively higher highs with your lower highs like that. Bing, bong, bada boom, bada bing. There you go. Too early to tell. Could get pushed up and invalidate this if it comes up higher. But something to keep an eye on. Your 12-hour also looking for the same thing. Daily looking for that red dot pretty soon here. Taking a look at that 4-hour. 4 hour looking similar, looking for that bearish divergence to form. Again, look out for that possible wick into that 786. Money flow still pretty thick in the 4 hour here. Looking at the 2 hour, kind of flat with your money flow. Looking for a bear div there as well, potentially forming. Too soon to tell. Looking at your 1 hour. Yeah, momentum generally coming down. Money flow generally coming down. You may cool off a little bit here for H-bar. Taking a look at those lower time frames. 12-minute money flow coming up, but you are starting to get some bear divs printing here. Taking a look at that 15-minute money flow kind of flat. Kind of hard to call H-bar right now. I will say this. You are at a very strong level of resistance, right? And even if we pull a little bit of funky volume here, I would be cautious of a pullback here. You're coming up to a massively high volume node. Again, you have the golden pocket right there and that 786. So I would look for a potential move to the downside unless this thing just decides to moon. I would be cautious of just a push up to here. But if you don't get that, you may just reject from here. But I would look for a potential cool off. If you do come to cool off, I'd look to retest that value area high. That would be a decent spot to look for a bounce. Right here, value area high coming in at about 0.0529 cents. And then if we pull a little bit of a golden pocket, you can see you do have a golden pocket right underneath there. And if we pull it to this low, the impulse. Yeah, I would look into this blue box. A little bing, a little bong. I'd look into that. Actually, I would look all the way to that PO. I'd look for this blue box. For a pullback anywhere in here, if we could hold that POC, you could potentially get another move to the upside. However, if you lose that POC, it may kind of all get ruined there, and you might come back down to those range lows. All right, so there you go. There is your H-bar, and then those are those levels. If you guys kind of want to take a look at those, I'll mark out. There you go. Top of that golden pocket coming in at about 0.0607 cents. Let's see. I have been really thinking of jumping into trading. Shout out to Yolati Tekiani. I don't know if I said that right, but shout out to you, man. If you're interested, hang out on a live. Hang out on a couple of lives. Hang out in that free Discord and see if you're picking up what we're putting down. And then I recommend if you're a newcomer, start off with a little bit of paper trading, right? You can come on here to TradingView. Open up your trading panel here. Go to trading panel. Come to your TradingView. Oh, you can't see that. Can't see that. Let me fix that for you guys. Come over here to your TradingView paper trading. Click connect, and then boom. And then you could, I actually have a paper trade open right now. $4,000 of fake money. Let's go. But yeah, and you could put in, practice your trades completely risk-free, right? If you lose this money, you'll likely not lose any real money because it's fake money. So there you go. If you're looking to practice, this is a good way to get used to trading without taking any risks. But there you go. Shout out to Linda Pitty, a.k.a. my mother, Mama Candles. Let's go. Shout out to my mom. Let's go. In chat. What's going on, Mom? I miss you. Come on down, visit us in ATL. And buy some crypto. Let's go. Shout out to my mom. Show my mom some love in chat, guys. Let's go. Shout out to the CandleMafia. 724 people in here, guys. Going for 550 on the likes tonight. We are going to be ending here in just a moment. We're going to take a look at some other altcoins real quick. My mother wants to see Gala. My mom is big into Gala games. She was an early investor. I believe, I think she got the pre-sale for Gala. And, that's how she made her billions, was the pre-sale for Gala. She got it at less than a penny. So she's sitting pretty at 4 cents right now. Anyway, let's go. Hi, Mom. Let's go. Shout out to Panda Storm. Shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Aaron. 100X at 17K. Should I let it run? 100X at 17K. You're 100X long at 17K? Is that what you're saying? Let me know, bro. Let me know. All right, let's go. Continuing on here. Let's go. Everybody shouting out Mama Candles. Let's get it. She is the creator of the sauce, guys. She just handed it down to me. All right. Continuing on. Let's go ahead and take a look here for Gala. Now, let's see. Do we have Gala? There it is. Oh, no, that's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Gala. I can't find it. Well, anyway, shout out to the premium Discord. We hit that Gala short for some sweet, sweet gains. Is it on this chart? Where is it? God, I need to reorganize all my charts, guys. Where is it? I don't know where it is. I guess we're just going to check every chart now. Bada boom. Not there. Come on. Bada boom. It's not here either. Whatever. Anyway, let's just go ahead and take a look, guys. We were looking, if you come on down to that 2 hour, turn on our market cipher A. Taking a look at that 1 hour. Yeah, that 1 hour blood diamond, guys, at that resistance. Now, we were looking at this. It was looking very toppy on Gala. We were getting some serious bearish divergence here. You could also see your momentum as well as your money flow flowing to the downside. And we did come down for some nice gains. 25% from there. If you got in again on that retrace, right? A little bing, a little bong, and then a dump, right? That would have been a nice move as well. Just off that blood diamond, came down for a nice little 20%, 21% move. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Shout out to the premium Discord. But, with that being said, where can we go now, right? Well, I can already tell here the most likely stop here is going to be this high volume node down here, right? We will pull some volume in a second, but if we continue down here, I would expect some support on that level right here at about 0.041 cents, right? And then if we grab our fixed range volume profile, if we take a look at our fixed range volume profile here, and let's go ahead and pull some volume, a little bing, a little bong. You could see here, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it. Let's actually pull it to like right here. Let's see, maybe here. Boom. Yeah, I'm basically, yeah. Is this low? Yeah, this low is on that low. Okay. All right. So there you go, guys. This is basically the levels I would be watching on Gala, at least if we are going to kind of range around a little bit. You have your lows down here at about, I'll actually go ahead and move these lows. Bada boom. And then we'll put the POC. Bada bing. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Come on. Come on. Get it right on there. Boom. Okay. There you go, right? So if we do, according to the volume profile, if we are not getting back above that POC, we are likely to come down to that value area low, right? Got that bounce. Could we continue down and retouch that value area low before getting a bounce? Potentially. But looking very similar to a lot of the other stuff, guys. Come on, volume. There we go. Looking very similar to a lot of the other stuff, right? If we lose the value area low of the local range, we will likely come down to some lower prices. Now, Gala actually has a decent bit of support here. So I would say major levels of support going to be right here. I would watch this level. And I would also watch this level right. Actually, I'll say this level right here. Boom. Shout out to Nate. No, my mom does not actually trade. She's too busy making the sauce, guys. She's too busy making the sauce. Shout out to Nate. Let's see. Hey, Hermana. What is going on, Hermana? Thank you for being here. Crypto Cowpoke says, come visit Nashville. We just Whataburger, and now we're getting in and out. Oh, boy. I actually think we got a Whataburger in ATL, and the line was around the block. Absolutely insane. Everybody wants Whataburger. Bully Barry says, Ben probably wanted to support. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Let's see. But no, my mom does not actually trade. My mom does not actually trade. Let's see. Boom. Okay. So continuing on here, guys. Let's go ahead and, these are the levels I would look for to the downside on Gala. Again, taking a look at that volume profile, obviously you do have levels here, you have levels here, but, once you start drawing all these levels, they become unuseful, so only really marking out the strong ones. So these are basically the levels I would be looking at. Hopefully we could hold that blue box. If we lose that blue box, and more importantly, this high volume node at about 0.025 cents, I will be looking down and feeling pretty bearish about Gala. But until we get down there, I do think we could potentially get some nice bounces here to continue to the upside, especially if Bitcoin, comes back up. And then on Market Cipher, and money flow coming back up on the daily 16-hour money flow in the green. Taking a look here. Money flow coming out of your 6-hour, your 5-hour money flow coming out, or 4-hour money flow coming out. Yeah. Money flow is generally coming to the downside. One thing I will say, guys, is remember in the bear market, we talk about how we spend much more time in the red with the money flow than we do in the green. If this is going to be a macro reversal, if this is going to be a big bear market rally, I would go ahead and say be careful, because we may fake out into the red now and come back into the green, because if we are going to get a macro reversal and we are going to get a big move to the upside or a continued bigger move to the upside, it would be likely that we start spending a little bit more time in the red. But you have to remember, we are still technically in a bear market. All right, what up, Dusto? What is going on? Let's go, baby. But yeah, there we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Check on chat real quick. Bada boom. Let's see. Come visit Nashville. Oh, we got to get out to Nashville for sure. Love my wife's sauce. Can't get enough. Let's go. Shout out to Mountain Man. Let's get it. Oh, you guys are funny. Let's see. Keep it coming. Keep it coming says, hi, Frankie. Why you stop talking about KuCoin? We still love KuCoin, guys. Don't you worry. We're actually working to, yeah, no, we still love KuCoin. No specific reason. But yeah, no, we still love KuCoin, guys. We still love KuCoin. Don't you worry. But yeah, those DCA bots are huge, guys. Is one of the main things I really love KuCoin for are the DCA bots. The trading bots, the spot grid bots are really good as well. But the DCA bots take the emotion out of DCAing completely, which I think is like one of the most important things ever. But yeah, we use a lot of exchanges on this channel, guys. But we are the trading channel, right? So we took a poll the other day to see where everybody was trading. Most people do trade on KuCoin, but good question. We don't not trade on KuCoin or not talk about them for any specific reason. But we have been trying out BitGet for a while. We do like it, but it's not because we like it instead of KuCoin. It's just we try everything, right? How are we gonna find the best exchange if we don't try everything? So yeah, but good question. Yeah, we still love KuCoin. Don't worry. Let's see. You are on it. Thank God he made you. Shout out. I assume she said thank God she made you. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let me go ahead and find Rob. VRA is going to be the next one. Let's get it. Veracity. Going absolutely nuts. Coming up to visit these highs. All right, let's do it. Let's go ahead and pull some. I mean, let's not pull this volume. Let's go ahead and let's pull local Goldmans here. Let's pull it from here to the bottom. Bada boom. Okay, nothing really there. But let's go ahead and yeah, all right. So you are coming up. Yeah, I would watch this local golden pocket. I would watch this. I don't know if you'll make it up this high. I don't know if you make it up that high, but this is the next major level I would watch. You do have a little bit of a gap here, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I would watch this little gap, potentially gap up to that blue box, and then this is where I would be looking for some strong resistance if you don't reject from here. But yeah, and then to the downside, if you do wind up coming down, I would major level I would watch would be. I'm going to make this a range. Boom, I would watch this blue box for a pullback. So if you do, I mean, you could easily reject from here, and we'll take a look at the indicators in a second, but boom, 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 right? Bang. This is kind of a major level of support that I would be looking at, and if you break those levels, next major level I would look at is to come revisit these highs from over here. Now, taking a look here, something I would watch out for would be the 2-hour bear div. If we do, because you are coming up to a level here, right? So you are hitting resistance here, as you can tell. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this on these highs. So if you don't flip this to support and you break down back down below this level, I would look out for a... Yeah, I would look out for that bearish divergence on the 2-hour, and then if you do break down, I would be watching out on these levels. There you go. I'll give you some extra levels there. So just in case you are able to catch a short position, those are some levels that may be a good time to start locking in some profits. Boom. I mean, that's 13%, right? Let's go ahead and grab a short position here. Let's just say you get into a short here. say your whatever, and then you're targeting down here for a potential 30% move. Now, I don't know if you get all the way down there, but, might be a decent place to start taking profits at this high volume node. Next level I would take profits at would be these levels here, 19%, and then hopefully ride it down. Maybe take some profits at about 0.0034 cents, and then get a move all the way back down to here, this very high volume node at about 0.0032 cents. 0.0032 cents. So there you go. There's a little bit of veracity sauce for you guys. And I think that is all the time. I mean, guys, I said we weren't going to go for the full 2 hours, but here we are. Here we are at the full 2 hours. Almost. But I am going to go ahead and start on those spins a little bit early because I am not really feeling 100% today. Link seems to have a great team behind it. They don't. But I don't get why it don't move like others in its corner. Yeah, very interesting there, Nate. Let's see, BTC to 22K plus. Shout out to Karaoke Asia. Let's go. Hey, Tates says Frankie hates me these days. What do you mean? Tates, I do not hate you. Let's see. Please kindly check OP, Frankie. Hey, shout out to Tates. Don't hate you, brother. And just to prove it, I'll go ahead and extend it, even though I don't feel good. I will go ahead and extend this. Take a look at OP for you. Shout out to you, bro. I actually haven't seen your... have I just not seen any of your chats? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen your chats in a while, brother. Shout out to you, though. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Taking a look at OP right now, I would just... looking at the price action here, I would look at the local golden pocket retest. Look for a test into these levels, potentially that 786. But we do actually have a pretty strong node right here. Let's go ahead. Pull some volume on this thing. Yeah, there you go. These are the levels that I would be looking at on OP. Boom. Boom. You got your value area high. Got your POC. Got your value area low. Bada boom, bing bong. Yeah, so if you hold above that POC, I would look for a move to the value area high. If you can, make it back up to basically the same thing, guys. Come down to that 15-minute. No bull div like we did have on Bitcoin, but coming back up to the higher time frames. 2-hour bull div into the value area low. Looking for that move. If we hold that POC, I'd look for a move into that value area high. Once we get up there, I would look for bearish confirmations to short that thing back down to the POC. That's what I'm looking at on OP. Quick and dirty, baby. Quick and dirty. But that's the range that I would be looking to trade. Local golden pocket, I would keep an eye on that. You also have a high volume node in that area. So these are the levels I would be watching. But until now, me personally, I don't take trades in the middle of a range. But if I were, looking to get that move up to that value area high. But for me personally, I would look to sit on my hands until we get to that value area high and then look for shorts. Also, look for a little scam into that 786. And if you can get above that value area high, flip it to support. That would indicate a move to the upside. However, I would be looking for shorts for the most part up here at this moment. On the 4-hour, VWAP starting to cool off. So again, if you do get that move up, definitely looking for shorts here. However, if that red dot winds up printing, this level of that value area low at about $1.67 would wind up, actually you do have a, let's zoom out a little bit. Boom. Yeah, right? Very, very similar to everything else. If we lose that value area low, more specifically the level below the value area low at about $1.57, if we lose that, we do have pretty low volume up until these highs right here coming in at about $1.36. And then those are the levels I would be looking at. And then at that point, you're retesting all these highs right here. I would expect a potential strong bounce if we do lose that level. Quick move down to here, and then hopefully that's where you can get a bigger move. If you're looking for another move to the upside, hopefully you can get some bullish confirmations there. Load up the longs for some potential higher highs. So there's your OP sauce. Tates. Shout out to Tates. They probably left. Hopefully Tates didn't leave. He hates me. Show me OP. And then he left, and I looked at OP. But if you're here, let me know, Tates. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. But let's go ahead, guys, and jump into the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Probably should have ended a little bit earlier. Head's starting to pound here a little bit. But let's do it, baby. Beardpreneur. What is going on, man? Is it Beardpreneur? Yeah, Beardpreneur says, my shorts are not doing too hot. BTC goes up when I short. Beardpreneur, it's almost like someone watches the trade sometimes, right? It's like someone's looking over your shoulder and just rejecting your trades. Don't feel bad, bro. Everybody feels like that at some point, so don't worry about it. Yeah, sometimes I even think they're watching me. Like my stop hunt, sometimes I get stop hunted, and I'm like, how did I get stop hunted to the dollar? Like by 50 cents. They just come in and they wick me out by 50 cents. And I'm like, how is that possible? Sometimes it happens, though. Sometimes it happens. So you're not alone, brother. It happens to me as well. But yeah. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Feel better, Frankie. Love you guys. I gotta go. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everything you do. Spin tomorrow, sleep now. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Did we get 550 likes? Let's check it. We got 550. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and spin it. Do we have extra spins? Rob, let me know if we have any extra spins. I'll spin it right now, though. Let's see if we can get some wins here. Let's go. Let's see. Bing bong. Let's see. I need to pull back to happen so I can put my weekly DCA in. That's right. I'm looking for the same thing, brother. I'm looking for the same thing. Shout out to Bud Lightyear. I'm looking for the same thing. Just join the free Discord. Let's go. Shout out to Digital Woody. Shout out to you, bro. You're gonna love it. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to be in there tonight, to be 100% honest with you. I'm probably going to take the night off of Discord unless something crazy happens. But I got, okay, 10 extra. Okay, shout out. From Tuesday, 1K likes. We are 10 extra spins. Okay, we'll do 15 spins. I'll just do them real quick. But yeah, might take the night off at Discord today because I'm going to try to go to sleep. But yeah, get in there. I will see you in there very soon, brother. Just take some NyQuil and just take some NyQuil cough and sauce. Let's go. Shout out to Palmetto Nick. Let's get it. Let's see. Frankie Long, always a good bet. Absolutely. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's see. I have been stop hunted to the exact cent. Jiren, I feel your pain, my dude. Yeah, shout out to Digital Woody. Let's go. Sometimes crazy will happen as soon as the stream. Yeah, sometimes something crazy happens right after the stream. Give him a giveaway, baby. Give him a giveaway. Probably shouldn't be screaming like this. We got 2 giveaways already. Let's go. Yeah, Rob, I don't know what's going on. It's all evenly weighted. There we go. Give him a giveaway. Yeah, Rob, I don't know what is up with the giveaway. We've always had 3 giveaways and two no's, right? They're all evenly weighted with a 2. Are the giveaways usually less? Are the giveaways usually like 1.5? I mean, I'm sorry. Whoops, opposite. Are the nopes usually 1.5? I'm just going to rig the wheel. I'm rigging the wheel in your favor, guys. I don't care. I do it for the CandleMafia. I don't care. I mean, all right, there we go. Guys, if the wheel's not hitting hard enough, I just rig it in your favor. So there you go. Let's go. Let's see. Don't overdo it, bro. Sometimes you need some rest too. ET, yeah, I feel that. I totally feel that, brother. We're going to spin this thing real quick. Let's see. No, it was like yeah, dude, I don't know why we were getting wrecked. But hey, we just rigged it. And it's working, baby. We rigged it, and it's working. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Let's get it. Hope you're feeling better, Frankie. You take that raw garlic clove. Shout out to Pop E22. I did not, but I did see it. Oh, Tates is still here. Shout out to Tates. Appreciate it, Frankie. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, I'm glad you're still here. Says, is it a bad idea to long BTC with when DXY is dumping? I would say the opposite. I would say if the DXY is dumping, that's probably when you would want to be in a long for sure. Shout out to Tates. You're allowed, Frankie. I know the boss. Shout out to Pop E22. Let's get it. Shout out to you. We're going to be eating some raw garlic tonight. What do we got? 9 spins. We got 5 more after this one. Shout out to Crypto Sauce. Says Tates is actually pronounced Teats. Shout out to Crypto Sauce and shout out to Teats. Let's go. You're the man, Frankie. Shout out to Dan Futch. Not gonna pronounce that one with a K. I'm gonna pronounce that one with a CH. Let's go. Shout out to Dan Futch. Shout out to you, man. Zigzag says, y'all think this rally is another liquidity exit strategy? Zigzag, you cannot rule that out as an option. That is definitely a possibility. Let the sauce simmer overnight. Absolutely. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Give them that giveaway, baby. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Let's see. That's 12. We got 3 more. 3 more. Let's get it. 3 more. Bada boom. Bada bing. I've watched over 3,000 hours of crypto YouTube, and Frankie Candles is the best. Shout out to Alter Culture. Shout out to you, man. I'm pinning that. Let's go. Remove the pinned message. Screw the likes. Pin this man to the front. Let's go. Shout out to Alter Culture. I appreciate that. It really does mean a lot, man. I will tell you. It means more than you probably think. It's, yeah, it gets me out of bed. That definitely gets me out of bed in the morning for sure. Shout out to you, man. I really do appreciate that. Let's go gaming. Shout out to, says Shalom. Shalom, my brother. A-Train, let's go. Thank you, Frankie, for everything. Hope you feel better, brother. Thank you very much, A-Train. I do appreciate you. All right, let's see. Hey, I made it. Have to watch the replay, but the like is smashed. Shout out to Hope E. I appreciate you for being here. Dang. Guys, this wheel is still, we might have to smack this wheel around a little bit. Here we go. Give him a giveaway on that last spin. No way. Hang on. Oh, God. All right. You know what? I'm rigging it further, guys. I'm rigging it further. That's a scam. That is a scam. There we go. I'm giving you another spin on the rigged wheel. Here we go. If you don't get a giveaway on this one. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Give it to him, baby. Oh, my God. It's a troll. Guys, the wheel is a troll. Frankie, before bedtime tonight, please look up Optical Art's newest video. Interesting stuff there, bro. Hey, shout out to Zigzag. I will definitely do that. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. 9 giveaways out of 15. Hey, it's not too bad. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, D Petty Crypto, Crypto Anon, Tyler Durden, Tony D, Captain Kirk, whoever's in here. All the mods, those are for you. Those are our giveaways. I'll bring that right back up in case. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 giveaways, I believe. Shout out to the mods. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got. Yeah, Crypto Sauce says, dang, Frankie Ginsler over here rigging the wheel. Shout out to Crypto Sauce. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I guess we're really not ending early here. Whatever. I thought we were going to end early. But time flies when you're having fun with your friends. Time flies when you're doing TA with the Candle Mafia. But, guys, I do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Sorry if the energy was off. I don't even know if it was. I don't know why. I apologize for it. But shout out to you guys. Hopefully, I can get some extra rest tonight. And I could not sleep last night, guys. I went to bed at like 2 a.m. last night just staring at the ceiling, trying to go to sleep. I didn't feel good. And, yeah, it kind of screwed me over. But anyway, with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. I appreciate every single one of you more than you could possibly imagine. Smash that like button on your way out and hit me with a hashtag value on your way out if you guys learned something on this stream or you enjoyed it in any way, shape, or form. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, guys, I'll put a fresh link in there for you. And I'll pin it. I will pin it as well. Go ahead and check out hitmerch.com if you guys are looking to grab one of these Candle Mafia crew neck sweatshirts. I don't actually know exactly what the price is, but you guys let me know. But with all that being said, I'll see you same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
How far do they want this thing to? I'm not. It's gonna go in my. Probably gonna hit my brain or something. Oh, oh, hey guys. This doesn't look fun, guys. This does not look fun. Well, anyway, wish me luck. Hasta pasa. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bing bong.